Long ago, in a prosperous kingdom nestled between green hills and a wide river, there ruled a young king named Veer. He had inherited the throne from his father, along with a kingdom that was strong, wealthy, and deeply respected by its neighbors. In his early years, Veer worked hard, just as his father had taught him, reviewing reports, visiting villages, listening to his people's concerns. But as time passed, comfort crept in. Advisors began handling more and more of his responsibilities. Feasts replaced long working days. Veer told himself, "The kingdom runs well. Why should I trouble myself with every small matter?" Slowly, days became weeks. Weeks became months. Veer stopped visiting villages. He stopped reading reports carefully, simply nodding along to whatever his advisors told him. He spent his mornings sleeping late and his afternoons enjoying music and feasts, believing the kingdom would continue to run itself, just as it always had. What Veer didn't notice was that not all his advisors were honest. Some began quietly misusing his trust, overtaxing villagers, ignoring urgent repairs to canals and roads, pocketing funds meant for the kingdom's granaries. An old minister, Devendra, who had served Veer's father loyally, tried repeatedly to warn him. "My king," he said one evening, "the canals in the eastern villages are breaking. The harvest may fail if repairs aren't made soon." Veer waved him off lazily. "Surely it can wait a season. Handle it yourself, Devendra. I have more important matters. Tonight's celebration, for one." Devendra tried again and again over the following months, but each time, Veer found some reason to delay, some excuse to avoid the effort required. Then came the monsoon season, heavier than any in years. Without proper repairs, the neglected canals overflowed. Fields that should have been irrigated evenly were instead flooded in some areas and left completely dry in others. The harvest that year failed across large parts of the kingdom. Families who once had full granaries now faced hunger. Villagers who once trusted their king now grew angry, feeling abandoned by a ruler who had simply stopped paying attention. Devendra came to Veer once more, this time not with a warning, but with the harsh reality. "My king, your people are starving. This didn't happen overnight. It happened because you allowed years of small neglect to grow into something none of us can easily fix." For the first time in years, Veer truly listened. He rode out himself to see the damage. Flooded fields, cracked canals, hungry families waiting outside empty granaries. The comfort he had grown so used to suddenly felt heavy with shame. That night, Veer didn't sleep. He sat with Devendra and his most trusted advisors until dawn, planning how to rebuild what years of laziness had slowly destroyed. It took nearly 3 years of hard, disciplined work, repairing canals himself alongside laborers, personally reviewing every report, visiting every village at least once a season, before the kingdom's trust and prosperity were fully restored. Years later, when advisors urged him to relax and let others handle the smaller matters again, Veer would simply say, "I once believed comfort was harmless. I learned that neglect doesn't announce itself loudly. It grows quietly until the cost becomes too large to ignore." Because here's the truth. Laziness rarely destroys everything at once. It erodes slowly, one skipped responsibility at a time, until what once seemed like harmless comfort reveals a cost far greater than the effort it once tried to avoid.